What's going on, everyone? So, one of the things that I talked about heavily going into this Denver Nuggets series was the other guys. LeBron James and Anthony Davis, I thought that they would at least wash out Jamal Murray and Jokic. You can make an argument that LeBron James and Anthony Davis actually outplayed collectively Jokic and Jamal Murray. Anthony Davis was everything you could ask for. He was absolutely incredible. LeBron James did LeBron James things. Many ways, you could tell he's not the same LeBron James by any stretch, but he's still a very good player, very impactful, very important player. But to me, it was like, it's about the other guys. If D'Lo and Reeves and Rui and Gabe and Spence and all these other guys actually show up and play, I think the Lakers have a real chance to win this series. And I think that they will win this series. But unfortunately, they didn't show up. And guess what? We're not going to win this series now. Lakers are down 3-0. And you don't go from beating a team or losing to a team 11 times to now beating a team 4 straight. Just, is it possible? Sure. Would I love to see it? Of course. It's just realistically, it's probably not going to happen. Now, I would love the Lakers to get a game or two just to make it a series and make it competitive and just, make it interesting. And also just build some confidence going into next season for whichever players are here, because I do believe the Lakers are going to heavily retool and kind of change stuff in the offseason, starting with the coach. But it's very disappointing, right? D'Angelo Russell, I think, just dropped the bag, literally. I mean, he just blew himself out of a play day. Or a payday, not play day. And then Austin Reeves, right? He was much better in game 3. I liked his aggressiveness. If he was aggressive like that in game 1 and 2, I actually think the Lakers probably win those 2 games. And Reeves didn't even shoot super efficiently, but it was just the aggressiveness, the rim pressure, him creating some level of offense. Right, and defensively, to Austin Reeves' credit, I thought defensively he did a good job against Jamal Murray, but he wasn't what we needed or thought he would be going into the series. And then Rui was basically non-existent. Rui might as well not even out there, right? He didn't really have any impact at all, and it's unfortunate because it's like, man, if 2 of these guys show up, we're probably up 3-0, and it's just like. You look at the other side of things, and Denver, their guys showed up. That is literally the difference in this game. Aaron Gordon dominated this game. He was one of the 3 best players on the court yesterday, and just does the dirty work and helps rebound and is just always in the right position, always in the right spot. You got to give Aaron Gordon a ton of credit. He really has a good nose and a good feel for the ball. Every time there's a ricochet or something, he is right there to get it. Also, just the hustle. He's tracking down ball. He's doing everything you could ask and then some for Denver. KCP is doing KCP things, and Michael Porter Jr. that guy drives me crazy. I mean, I'd love to have him on the Lakers, but playing against him, it's infuriating. You're just like, come on, man. The guy he's not afraid of the moment. He's super confident, just keeps hitting shots. He's ultra aggressive. He's got good size, good length. Their role guys did what they were supposed to do. They were the reason Denver is very likely going to sweep us again. I hope not, just for pride's sake. But, you've lost 7 straight playoff games against them. How many are you actually going to win now? And so, to me, it's just, again, it boiled down to exactly all the things that I talked about, which is the role guys. Denver had guys step up when they needed them most. I mean, even Michael Porter Jr. was terrible in the first half, but Denver needed him. He steps up, picks it up, shows up. D'Lo, terrible in the first half, terrible in the second half. Right? Those are the things that are literally the difference. If D'Lo does what Michael Porter Jr. does, which is, in the first half, just terrible, to actually picking it up and being huge in the second half, maybe this is a different game. Maybe the Lakers win this game, right? But fortunately, he didn't. And it's just Denver's role guys did what they needed to do, showed up, and dominated this series for Denver. Literally dominated it. And in a series that everything has just been so tight and so close, and every game is ultimately coming down to just a couple plays, we needed the guys that did the dirty work. We needed the guys that weren't afraid of the moment, that would step up. And we just didn't get that. LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they did their part, especially Anthony Davis. Jamal Murray didn't have a great series, right? Like last series against Denver, it was like Jamal Murray was arguably the best player on the court. I mean, the guy was averaging like 32 a game, and like he was ridiculous. And it was like, man, if you told me this series Jamal Murray was going to be like half that, I would have thought, man, Lakers might sweep Denver. But it was the opposite. Because, again, the role guy stepped up. Jamal Murray didn't have that, Jordan-esque series for Denver. I mean, he still hit the big shots in the big moments and still did the things that, mattered. But he wasn't his dominant, unstoppable self that he was in the previous series. But, again, the role guys backed up their stars. Jokic and Jamal Murray got the help. The two stars for Denver got the support. The Lakers, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, again, outplayed collectively Jamal Murray and Jokic. But it didn't matter because they didn't get the support. They didn't get the backup from their guys. And that was supposed to be a big advantage of this series, right? It was like Denver's thin. They have basically 5 guys deep, and that's it. And that's really all they were. I mean, like Reggie Jackson didn't really do anything for them. Christian Brown didn't really do much for them. A few things here and there, but for the most part, didn't really do much. It was just like, okay, well, you look at our bench, it's like, oh man, you got Gabe Vincent, Spencer Dinwiddie, Taurean Prince, who Taurean Prince did his part, and I'd actually would like to keep Taurean Prince next season if possible. But like in general, it's just like, man, like everything that was supposed to be a strength for us, none of it happened. None of it showed up. It all just, but I mean, you saw a lot of it in the regular season, which shows the regular season is important. And it does tell you a lot about the playoffs, but I figured, hey, this is a team. We had got, Rui's a guy that's known to pick it up in the playoffs. Taurean Prince, Spencer Dinwiddie, Gabe Vincent, right? Like Austin Reeves, right? The big question mark was D'Lo, but none of them picked it up in the playoffs, right? Like that was the idea. It was like, man, you got like 4 or 5 guys that like, yeah, they're okay in the regular season, but once you get to the playoffs, all of them, their careers have all picked it up and stepped up and been big in the playoffs, and none of them did that. And it's just like that, to me, was the difference. I mean, there, of course, are other things. Darvin Ham wasn't great, like some of that. But ultimately, if we have even just 2 guys show up, it's a completely different series right now. Again, Lakers aren't that far off from Denver. But when one team shows up and the other team doesn't, when one team can rely on the other guys and it's not 2-on-5, that team usually wins, right? Like when it's the Anthony Davis and LeBron James show versus, a 5-man, you're fighting 5-on-2, you're more times than not going to lose that battle. Right? And anything, right? Like it's tough because you need the support. You need the role guys. Right? It's what is the talent on this team, and the talent just was a no-show. But, I do expect a lot of big changes from the Lakers in the offseason. I do think that they're going to go get a 3rd star. And will we be able to kind of round out the rest of the roster? We'll see. Time will tell. There are a couple free agents, but the Lakers are limited in money. But, again, go get a win. Right? Like, at least put up a fight. Right? Just for pride's sake. Again, I don't expect them to necessarily win the series, but I'd like to see them, can you rattle off a game or 2, right? And kind of, at least give Denver a little bit of a scare. And like, hang on, timeout, right? Like that'd be awesome. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think, the role guys didn't show up? Disappointing. they really let us down? Do you think no? They are who they are. How you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.